Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Very excited for today's video. It is going to be my 8th update in my deck of painting project pan that was created by Emily from Emily and Max. Y'all know how much I love Emily. I say it in every video. So if you have not checked Emily out, definitely go check her out. Check out her introduction if you have not caught this project pan before, because she does an amazing job kind of explaining what this project is all about. It is a very fun game style, prompt based project pan, and there are so many other fun creators that are doing this project. So all information will be in the description box down below. Why am I out of breath? Is it because I just ate a quesadilla and it's 9 o'clock and 35 seconds. So did I have a quesadilla for breakfast and some Chipotle chips? I sure did. Anyway, you guys, if you're interested in my update, including 2 rollouts, so 2 roll-ins. Why am I being so weird today? Stay tuned. If first you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like project painting content, palette themed content, or just chit-chatting about makeup, I'd love if you'd consider subscribing before moving on. And other than that, let's jump into the video. Alright, we are going to jump right into the product that I forgot to update you guys on last month, and I probably forgot because I swear it's been since like April or May since I've reached for my Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen. I rolled this in for the prompt in SPF the very beginning of the year. Literally intro, we rolled this in. And I rolled this in because it did expire April of this year. But it doesn't smell like it's gone off. It is obviously an SPF, so I assume that's why. And I have kind of been using it as a primer maybe like once a month since. So I really cannot make a new line marking, and I have about 1/3 of this product left. Now I do really like this as a kind of, I don't know if it's silicone based. I don't think it has silicone in it, but it kind of feels that way where it's like a pore filling primer. I would really like to get through this before the end of the year. And while I don't count this as a primer in my makeup inventory, I would count this as year-end empty as a primer because I will be using it kind of as a primer. I don't have SPF in my like inventory. Maybe I should, but anyway, rambling about nothing. This is still going strong. Another product I haven't reached for at all is the Unearthly Not Normal palette. I think I rolled this in for the whole collection prompt, and you guys, tell me why I literally can't ever get myself to reach for this, but I saw that they were doing a Not Normal remastered, and there's actually going to be more shades, and I almost purchased it literally last night, and then I was like, girl, you can't even get yourself to reach for the original. You're so afraid of the color story. What are we doing here? So I feel like that sounded very Minnesotan. I will not allow myself to even consider that until I use this. I'm looking at this now and I'm like, I do feel like this is such a fun color story for the fall. I just, for some reason, I'm so intimidated by this palette. Now, I don't know if the new palette has like a new formula for all of these shades. I just know there's more shades and there's some really beautiful special shades. But girly, we gotta reach for this. So I'm hoping to roll that out next update. That is definitely something I want like front and focus for this next several weeks. All right, another product that has been in for quite a while is my ColourPop lip liner in collaboration with Barbie in the shade Malibu Golden Beach. This is how much I have left. I can't exactly remember which prompt I rolled this in for. I feel like I rolled it in for the prompt pencil. My goal is to finish this off, and this is definitely my most used lip liner this entire year. Now granted, I have been getting more into lip liners. I feel like I've been sent, like Glossier sent lip liners this year. Lawless just sent over a bunch of lip liners, so at least I'm getting more into lip liners, so I'm getting use out of them. It is going to be a push right until the end, but I really want to finish this. Still working on it. Bite Beauty Orange Fizz. This has been in for a while too. I believe I rolled this product in for a cream product, and I gave myself an 11 use goal with this. I had only noted 3 out of 11 uses last update, but I swear I reached for this like at least 3 times in May. Regardless, I did reach for it an additional 3 times since the last update, so we know we're at least 6 out of 11 uses, and I just love this so much. I actually probably could have paired this lip with this look today, but I wanted to go with something a little bit more nude and neutral on the lips. But this is such a fun pop of color. It's kind of like teetering on like that red orange sort of shade where it's like not red, but it's not like totally orange. I think it is such a beautiful shade. One of my most favorite, if not my favorite, like pop of color for my lips. I wish I'd reached for it a little bit more in the summer because I don't see myself using it as much in the fall winter, but I feel like this could also be a really beautiful shade for the fall. So all I need to do is reach for this an additional 4 times by the next update to roll this out. I really feel like I should just chug through and do that, because I really just should do that. Last product before we get into my 2 rollouts is my e.l.f. lip oil. I rolled this in last update for the prompt affordable, and when I rolled this in, I was, can you see? Can you see? I was right there, and now I am here. Now I will say there were quite a few different lip products that I was focused on this past month, and I had this as my car gloss for a bit, but then I swapped it out. And so I feel like with just minimal effort, I could absolutely finish this by the next update, but I need to just bring this down to my car and like finish it off as my car gloss or car lip oil. But this one is still going. My goal is to empty this one out. That brings us to our 2 empties. So up first, I have the Haus Labs eyeliner in the shade Cobalt Blue. I gave myself an 11 use goal with this. I rolled this in for the prompt matches eye color. I was obsessed with this when I first purchased it, and then I kind of got out of the habit of reaching for this, but I absolutely love this eyeliner. I think it's so fun with a nude look for like a subtle pop of blue in the eyes. I think it's really fun with a colorful look. There was a colorful look I did with one of my Ensley Rains palettes, and I used this in the waterline, and I loved how it just kind of like added an extra pop of color. So if I didn't say I was at 7 out of 11 uses last update, and I did reach for this an additional 4 times, I am going to keep this out kind of front and center and try and get a little bit more use on this one. Just 'cause I feel like a really warm smoky eye with like a pop of blue in the waterline. Ugh, yes. And then the final product and the final rollout is my Ensley Rain Flourish palette. I rolled this in last update with a goal of completing this no pan left behind, which just means that I have to reach for every single shade within this palette at least once in order to roll it out. Now I will say I think I only have one official look to share with this palette, but that look I absolutely loved. There was another night I was playing around with makeup and trying to use just as many shades as possible, and I wasn't loving the way that the look came together, but I was still really impressed with the shades. I just didn't end up like doing a full face of makeup. I might have a picture over here to share. It was no fault of the shades, it was just me being a little bit wild. I will say even the shade Dahlia Magic, which is not like my typical reach, like I don't typically love like a red shade like this, but this is so pretty on the eyes. I really enjoy this palette. Obviously it's not going to be like my typical everyday reach, but we know how much I love the Ensley Rain special shades, and this palette is no exception. And if I was pairing this, like some of these shades with like a neutral eye look, like I love all the shades. Buttercup Bliss for like a yellow inner corner I love. Sunbeam is such a beautiful textured metallic orangey gold shade. I love Fairy Flutter for almost like a burgundy kind of textured foiled shade that's a little bit deeper for like the outer third of the lid. Nectar is such a beautiful kind of, it looks really pink in the pan, but it has a blue flip to it. It's so pretty. So I have completed this, and I will be rolling this out, but definitely getting more use out of this one. So rolling out 2 products means that we get to roll in 2 additional products, and this game is based on a deck of cards. So I'm going to shuffle these cards really quickly. Oh, that wasn't good. I'm literally shuffling this on my lap. Can you see they're shuffled? There are actually 2 jokers in my deck, meaning I have 2 chances of getting the joker, which is a card that you don't really want to get in this game. It stands for Are You Joking? And it means you have to pan a product that you really don't want to pan. So we're going to grab 2 cards, and we are going to see what we get. So up first, we have the 3 of spades, and then second, we have the 2 of diamonds. I'm gonna go grab my phone really quick so I can pull up the game board, and then I will pop it on the screen so you guys can follow along. Oh my gosh, I just put my cards away and I'm like, wait, what did I get? Okay, 3 of spades, 2 of diamonds. All right, the 3 of spades, ooh, is a product you were influenced to purchase. I feel like that's like literally my whole collection. So that should be an easy one. And then the 2 of diamond is 3 is a crowd, which what does that mean? 3 is a crowd. A trio product or 3 things you want to pan together to compare them. Ooh, a Okay, a trio product or 3 things. Ooh, okay, that's a good one. Okay, I'm gonna go peruse my collection, see what I wanna work on, and I will be back to share them with you. I'm absolutely gonna hate myself for my choices. What else is new? Anyway, okay, so up first we have the 3 of Spades, and this stands for the prompt influenced. And I really tried to kind of pick a product that like I wouldn't have otherwise purchased. Like I feel like there's some purchases where it's like, okay, everyone's talking about it, but I likely would have purchased it as well just because I'm like excited for it. But I really tried to pick a product that like I maybe hadn't heard a lot about, wouldn't have maybe even like known about the product. And so for this, I'm going with the Tarte Shape Tape Cloud Coverage Foundation. I feel like I'm not a huge fan of Tarte, especially considering like how much I used to love Tarte to now. And I don't really pay attention to the releases. Honestly, like if I do see the releases, I'm usually just scrolling right past. But Kelly Gooch spoke so highly about the Tarte Shape Tape Cloud Coverage Foundation that I was definitely excited to give this a try. And I feel like this is just not a foundation that I find myself reaching for that frequently, and I want to encourage myself to reach for this. So I'm not gonna give myself the goal to empty this out just because I'm like, I don't wanna like fully commit to just this foundation. I still really would like to get through my Very Valentino foundation as quickly as possible just because it does expire in October. But I think I'm gonna give myself, should I just do 11 use goal because that's what I have been doing? I'm gonna give myself the goal to reach for this 11 times. I feel like we can make a decent dent in this with 11 uses. Like I feel like it'll look a little more used, a little more loved. So that is the first product that I'm rolling in. And this is where I feel like I'm seriously gonna regret. But for Three's a Crowd, I don't have a lot of trios. I have 2 highlighting trios. One of them is my Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl highlighting palette, and I actually just recently hit a pan in a highlighter in that palette. I feel like these products will self-destruct is going up after this video, but I filmed that video before hitting pan, and then like 3 uses after I hit pan. So anyway, I have that trio, and then I also have my Lancome highlighting trio, which I also have a pan in all 3 shades. And those are the only trios I believe I have, at least like what I've looked at. Oh, I probably could have done like a Kaja stack. Anyway, I'm going with what I have. I'm going with what I have because it'll encourage me to use and then be able to review these palettes. So I only have 2 of them currently, but I did order the Cosmic Brushes Undergrowth, I think it is, Undergrowth? Or is that the Ensley palette that's coming out? Whatever the most recent Cosmic Brushes release, the green palette that literally looks so beautiful. I ordered that. And so for Three's a Crowd, I'm gonna roll in all 3 new Cosmic Brushes palettes. So I have the Neutrals palette, which I have used. I just haven't completed this palette, No Pan Left Behind, but I have started. And then I have the Cooltrils palette, which I have not started to use at all, but this palette looks so beautiful. And the Cosmic Brushes formula is just so good. I feel like this easily could become one of my favorite palettes just because I love blues and these like lilac purples. I'm so excited about this palette. And then I'll post a picture of what the Undergrowth palette looks like right here. And my goal is going to be, in order to roll this prompt out, thank you fan for coming on. In order to roll this prompt out, I have to No Pan Left Behind all 3 of these. That's 60 total shades. But for me, before I come back to review a palette, I want to complete the palette No Pan Left Behind so that I know how every shade kind of performs like, and so that I have a good understanding of how easy it is for me to kind of create looks using just that palette. How creative do I feel when I use that palette? So I obviously have a lot of palettes, especially on Friday the 13th, I ordered 3 palettes on Friday the 13th alone because I was so excited about all the new releases. So I have a lot of palettes because I still have palettes that I ordered like early this year that I'm trying to get through before the end of the year so that I can come back and give like a thorough review of each palette for my end of year ranking. Palette week is coming up and I will be doing a review ranking at that time, but then we'll come back for the end of the year. Anyway, I'm rambling. Goal with this, No Pan Left Behind all 3. So by next update, I feel like these 2 should be my heavy focuses. And like, if I was good about this, like I could roll this one out next update, but we still got some products in here that I feel like are gonna keep on rolling along. So if I wanna roll something out, we gotta figure it out. Anyway, that is going to wrap it up for today's Deco Panning Project Pan. I would love to know what products you're currently working on. What new products have you rolled into your projects this month? Let a girl know in the comments below. Other than that, thank you guys so much for sticking around to watch today's video, for supporting me and my channel as you guys always do. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.